In the months of May this year, me and Lewis set out to Hightown Lake to try and catch one of our first 30s. I ended up having my first ever 30 only 3 nights into our campaign. 40 on the dot with the sling, it read. We came so close to hitting a 40-pound carp, which got me thinking. After having so much luck with our last quest, how hard could it be to go after my very first UK 40 from this lake?
So you might be confused why I'm starting the quest for a 40 so early and doing it in episodes. It's because I dropped my phone in the toilet, and most of the footage from maybe the last 3 sessions I've lost, and I just can't afford to have that much footage stored in one place. So I'm going to distribute it in little episodes. Maybe, well, this one's going to be the 2025 season, but I think every maybe 7 or 8 sessions I'll make an episode until obviously we catch the 40. But also, if for whatever reason we fail and don't end up getting the 40, then I just want a bit of content from it. So yeah, that was sort of a wake-up call when I lost all that footage. The New Year's Eve session me and Noah did, all that footage is gone. Some of the fights, well, the fight from the big ghosty I had, that's gone as well. But some of the footage is still there. But yeah, so I'm going to scrape together some footage just to make this this first episode. But it's a bit annoying, but still, I hope we can complete the mission, and I hope you enjoy this episode as much as you would if I did it a whole film. So now I present to you Quest for 40, Episode 1, 2025 season.
So I'd just gotten home from my catfish session with Noah after finishing our GCSEs, and I get a message from Charlie Musselwhite saying that Hightown's doing especially well at the moment, including him having his very first 30.
You got that on video?
Yeah.
What's it saying?
31.
31.
So he invited me down to come fish this exact same area of the lake for a few nights. So there are a few fish that are touching 40 in this lake that could get this quest done. However, the one I'm after is known as the bull, and it was caught by a friend Archie back in sort of the early months of this year. And it was actually this fish that motivated me and Lewis to come and start fishing this lake back in spring 2025. So yeah, here's Charlie giving me a hand setting up my gear. I'm going to be fishing on point this session, and Charlie's going to be fishing on Skank where he had his 30. We're fishing relatively the same water. They're 2 very close swims, so hopefully if those fish that Charlie were on are still sticking around, then hopefully we could both maybe pick one off. Wasting no time, we decided to start finding our spots and started putting bait out to where we were going to fish later tonight. We'd seen a few fish cruising along the margins of the island on sort of the surface, because it was obviously quite hot this time of year, so they were obviously on the surface bit, so we were going to fish in quite shallow water tight to the island.
Look who's stolen my bed chair.
So after finding our spots and getting all our rods ready, I'd just realised I'd left my bait at home when packing the car, so I had to call my mum to go and drop it down, and I had to walk around the lake to go meet her. So baiting was delayed, but we got some bait out eventually. On the way back to the car park, I noticed this carp cruising around in open water quite near our swims, so I thought the next day we were going to walk down to the local tackle shop and get a few zig kits. But that could wait for tomorrow. Now we had a mission to get our rigs out and start fishing. With rigs out presented and bait over the top, we sat up the top bank and started cooking our dinner.
They're cooking away. Charlie is just using his hands because he's a nutter.
As the sun slowly set, we retreated back to our bivvies, hoping for an eventful
Charlie
night.
approves.
So guys, I've just had one. On the right rod, take me straight into them snags. I wasn't quick enough to it. It just took me straight in the snags. The fish came off, luckily, but it just got me wrapped in the dead snags right in front where I was fishing. And yeah, I'm gonna get the rod back out, because if they're there, then hopefully we can try and get another. Just fixing up a new rig to go back out. Guys, it's so misty. I've got to cast this rod back out. I'm tempted to wait till it gets light, because this mist is just so thick. I can't see at all. So I woke up at about 6 in the morning and the mist had started to clear up, so I decided to get that other rod back out. So I apologise, because in this point of the video I wasn't really able to get any videos of me fighting these fish, because one, I was on a new venue and the thought of switching the camera on and setting it up just didn't cross my mind when my rod would go screaming off, because I'd be too excited, and two, I was on my own. I struggled with self-takes at this point because I didn't have very much practice, but I'm alright at them now, so I'll start getting a bit better content and actually filming the fights now. But as the video progresses, don't worry, I'll start to film more fights because I get more into practice. So I've just cast my rod back out. That went off about 2 in the morning. It was a savage run on my right rod. It just bobbing went straight up, but I was sound asleep, so I wasn't quick enough to it, and my rod pulled forward, which has made me see I definitely need to get some stronger butt grips, because the ones I've got at the moment, they're not very grippy. So we're going to the tackle shop today, so I might do that, because I want to fish a bit tighter clutches, because I don't want to risk that happening again. But yeah, no, it just took me straight forward into those dead snags I'm fishing to. So yeah, that's the reason I lost that one. I've just got my rod back out on the same spot, so hopefully we can get one before sort of 8, 9, when me and Charlie will get up and start messing about. That fog's sort of clearing up now, but I'll tell you what, it's the perfect conditions. In the morning, I was greeted by some passer-byers. I think it was safe to say things weren't exactly going my way already, and then this happened. So yeah, I'd been on the fish all night and lost 2 and not landed any, so it was safe to say I wasn't having a very good night. I wonder how Charlie was getting on. So it seemed that most of the fish were in my area of the water last night, because Charlie said he had a fairly quiet night with a few small bleeps, but nothing major.
Look at this dinlo.
At around midday, we stuck a zig on one of my rods and went to that spot where I saw that carp in the open water yesterday. But the zig fishing resulted in no fish, so we decided to get ready for our next night and hope we'd be on the fish again.
Bang on. Oh yes. So it's getting to the evening now, and me and Charlie are doing a bit of feature finding, and the strategy plan is he's found a spot there for my swim, but he's going to cast to it from skank, but if he gets one tonight and I get one, I think he's going to move around to my swim and we'll both be on point. But Charlie's just going to show you the gravel now. Bang on. Yeah, that is mint.
We put a decent amount of bait out onto our spots this evening due to all the bites we were getting the night before.
He's going for there. Bingo!
Bingo!
We hoped that all this bait we were putting out would keep them hanging around our spots for a little bit longer. And before we knew it, it was time to get the rods out.
So Charlie sadly just lost one on his middle rod. We were just set up there. Yeah, his middle rod dropped straight down, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dropped straight down. Got it about halfway in and then popped off.
Yeah. He's just getting it back out now.
My rods remained motionless the whole night and Charlie's did the same, aside from that chance he had earlier. However, later on I received a video from Charlie.
So we're into one. It's a lovely mirror. Oh, lovely.
I ran straight over to Charlie's swim, thinking we had a fish on the bank. But when I got to him, he claims the fish pinged straight off, almost instantly after he put the camera down. As you could have predicted, spirits were very, very low at this point, and we both knew that this was certainly not a lake where you want to be losing fish or missing bites, because you never know what the next bite might be.
It's a slight problem. I'm letting my stuff air because this is the problem. We're in 30-degree heats and I've run out of water, so I'm probably gonna have to go to the farm shop and get it refilled or something. But honestly, this heat is no joke. I just sort of tidied everything up. And also my GoPro is dead. It died on the first night and the charger I brought broke, so I can't get much good footage this session, but it's fine. Because all the sessions will add up to the quest for a 40. But I think I'm gonna walk down the farm shop and get this refilled because this heat is unbearable.
After going to the shops and getting a little restock on some snacks and some water, me and Charlie got our rods out for the final night, hoping that this night would pay off. I was putting a little top up of bait over each of my spots and going on the 2 spots I had the most luck over the trip. The next morning I was awoken to a run, but not from the target species. This tench had fallen from my boilie, so I got the hook out and slipped them back. Shortly after this I received a positive phone call from Charlie saying that he'd had one last night and wanted me to come and see it.
Sort all that way. Sort all that around there. Sort all that out.
Oh yeah.
After pulling the fish out of the water, me and Charlie estimated this fish to be high 20s.
Yeah, but this it's one nice dorsal.
Yeah. 27. Yeah, 27. So you were right. So yeah, I'd say that this capture definitely made up for all the losses we'd had previously on this session.
£27 common.
And brought a nice end to a very lovely 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah, so Charlie's capture at the end made me not that upset about not catching, but definitely made me want to get back down there as soon as I can to try and get one for myself. By now, summer had officially begun and the weather just kept getting hotter and hotter, which meant me and my friends spent most of our time down by the river. But it wasn't long before we started planning to do another session down Hightown. So in a matter of days, we found ourselves back down there, this time with a larger group of us. This time I was joined by Noah on Peg 5, and I was also joined by Archie, Charlie and Jack over on Treetop Swim. So we arrived at the lake fairly late in the evening, so it was a bit of a rush to get everything set up and get the rods out, but we managed to get our bait out onto the spots that I was on with Lewis when I came to get the 30, and just got some bait on top of it and awaited the night.
Guys, that bat's back. I think he likes to swim. Whoa, there's two of them.
I couldn't really film much of us getting the rods out because we were in such a rush as we arrived so late, and it was so late I couldn't be bothered to cook, so we just ordered in some Dominoes. As we went to sleep that night, we both wondered what lay ahead for the next 5 nights we had down the lake. So me and Noah woke up this morning by a tench. It just sort of dropped back, picked back up, dropped back, picked back up. I was just sort of waiting for it to tighten up or do anything. So in the back of my mind I thought, oh yeah, this is a tench, because it was sort of early morning. Same time I had my one last session. Yeah, at least that's something. But yeah, that was what we woke up to this morning. I'm going to start making a proper vlog now, because yesterday was just an absolute hassle. So Noah's just lost one. He was fishing really loose clutches and it just took him straight into the snags. But oh well. We know the fish came off. So it should be alright. So going from this, we learnt from our mistake and fished pretty much locked clutches as we were fishing very uptight to the island. But as the morning went on, we continued getting bites, but not from the target species.
Let's go say hello, Mr. Bream. Bream! That's a decent bream, to be fair, mate. He's a brick.
Now, it's very rare to see me ever take a photo of a bream, but this bream was especially big. And if you didn't know already, this lake we're campaigning is absolutely jam-packed with bream, which we learn as the video goes on.
That catches a bream. I genuinely don't know what you cannot catch.
Step into the... He's alive. Huh? After his freak accident, he's alive. So bite time slowly drifted away and stuff started to slow down, so we reeled in our rods, but pretty soon after something amazing happened. Mad's just happened, right? Noah's over at Archie's, I was sat in my bivvy and I had my rod resting just like that, and I had the bait, because the bait was still on after that bream, literally just down there under my rod tip, and I kept getting beeps like dirt, 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 dirt. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I just thought, oh, it's probably just a wind or something. So I was still loading my bivvy, and then suddenly I get dirt, 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 and the rod tips are going like that. Dirt, 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 dirt. And I pick up, and a roach has taken a 20mm boilie and a size 4 hook, and it's not foul hooked either. So this is a very big roach. This is definitely a PB roach. Where is it? There he is, look. Some big roach. I'm definitely gonna get some photos. I want to wait for Noah to get back so I can show him. But oh my god. After being pestered by bream and tench, and also Noah losing that one carp to the snags, we decided it would be a good idea to get some more bait out before we got our rods out for the second night. We ended up putting about 5 spoms on each spot. So we'd finally gotten all 4 rods out on our second night, and hopes were fairly high, as like I said before, we'd had all those roach and tench, which meant we had bait out on the spots, our rigs were working and fish were in the area. All we could do now was hope there'd be some shoaling, hungry carp amongst them.
You get me? Not that late. Yeah. No, just have a line on his left rod fishing to the snags. Never seen him get out of his booty so quick.
We slept very easy that night with little to no disturbance apart from a few liners on Noah's rod. And I decided I would go home for a bit today to get some work done and also stock up on some supplies.
We are back after I've gone home for a few hours work. Tonight is the night we are on a mission to catch a carp, because Noah's lost 2 and I've just had 3 non-carp. I had a bream, a roach and a tench. But I brought my bite finder, see if I can catch some roach this evening. Because there were loads jumping yesterday, I'll probably just put it by them snags there, see if I can get a roach. Just for a bit of fun while we wait for the carp to bite. So I just found a silty spot to the left of a little snag. I'm going to put a heli system now on a snowman tonight, give that a go. Just try a different tactic and then go usual single hook bait to the little snag. Yeah, we're just going to do some spoms and I'll get some footage.
We weren't going to put too many spoms out tonight due to the uneventfulness of the previous night, but we definitely put a few more over Noah's, as he did have a few liners, which meant they could have been feeding on his spots. Rods and bait out, I decided to do some roach fishing to see if I could get any roach. Maybe not as big as the one I had before, but still just for a bit of fun. An extremely uneventful night was followed by a very eventful morning. We were woken up by Noah's rod screaming off to the right.
Huh?
Little did we know that this was just the start.
Nah, I think it's still on there. Huh? Is it a carp?
I don't think it's still on.
No, it is.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh,
What is it?
You've been breamed.
Really?
It was safe to say we were both fairly disappointed after expecting a carp to come up, but seeing a bream emerge from the surface.
I thought it might have been.
Yeah.
You want open?
I wasted no time in helping Noah get his rod back out, as we both knew where there were bream, there should be carp. It wasn't long before I was away off the rod that was right next to the one Noah just had a bream off. From the get-go, this fish was acting like a bream, but it wasn't long before we
Yeah, why
realised
is my
it
leg
was
gone now?
definitely not a bream on the end of my line.
No. Still decent.
At this point, we could rule out bream and tench, and now we knew we were definitely into a carp, and one of the bigger residents too. I spent a good few minutes just dragging in this dead weight from quite a decent way out too, but after a while it got into fairly close quarters, close enough that Noah could go out in his waders and start trying to net this fish.
Oh, look at the fins on it. wade out as far as you can go to net it. Oh, that's decent.
Now that I'd gotten him into shallower water, he was really giving me a run for my money. This was an extremely hard fighting fish, and every so often we'd see this flash of big belly come up to the surface.
That is decent.
I reckon that's a very high 20, if not 30.
Yeah. Right, get ready.
Yeah, mate, that's a 30. The shoulders on him is ridiculous.
Yeah, they are nice. I do not want him to go. Right, he's ready. Yes. Do you reckon? Right, let me have a look. Keep him in there. I'm gonna get my waders on. I can't see with the camera. Yeah,
Wait,
that.
hold the camera higher if you can.
So Jack came round just in time to see me and Noah lift this absolute chunk out of the water.
No, get the water bucket.
This fish weighed in at £32, which meant I could add another 30 to my list. And here are the photos. This fish had never been caught at £30 before, so I decided to name it Glenn. It may be a bit of a long shot, but if anyone was to ever catch Glenn in the future, then please send me a photo and let me know his weight. My Instagram is just here. If you message me on Instagram, I'll be able to see it. And this goes for any fish caught from this water. I'd like to know more information about it as I'm campaigning it. So if you ever catch anything from this water and you want to share it, then send me a photo. By the time we'd sorted everything out, bike time was fading away, so we decided to go and do a tackle shop run.
In a minute, Jack and Archie will just come sprinting down this lane, like, chased by the Iceland security guys.
We've been for a run.
Distance
Tackle shop run.
Distance
So me and Noah have just been over to Archie and Jack's swim. I've been helping them spawn, and we also went to the tackle shop to grab a few more bits. I got some more bait because we were running low, and Jack's had a message from John, the head bailiff, and the fish I caught has not been named, so I've decided to name it Glenn because I don't know, why not. But yeah, so that is Glenn. Yeah, Noah's just gone up for a shower. He's gone back home for a quick shower. I'm going to wrap up all our rods for when he gets back. But yeah, it's just been quite a laid back day today, really.
So the rods were out on our fourth night and we could just sit back and relax, so to speak.
That's enough. Oh. Well, we had a roach.
So we were into our fourth night and we were hoping that tonight would be the night that Noah could catch one.
We're eating well tonight, boys. Wait, no, what are you having? What are you having? Guys, we're just cooking up. I'm cooking up the leftover meat because otherwise it'll go off tomorrow, I reckon, because it's just been so hot. I appreciate and I love how much good stuff we have to eat when we go fishing. The meals we have are just so good.
Morning. So we woke up in the morning and immediately went over to Archie and Jack's swim because Archie didn't have a spod rod at the time, so he needed help spomming, and we were just going to spend the day over there just hanging out.
Chest mount casting videos. Cheers.
For the right hand,
Yeah, Jack, I've got to catch a 40 first.
you know.
It's not me doing it.
There? But like, you got to enjoy your life.
And then just do this.
So we basically just took it easy for the day, doing a little bit of spomming in their swim, but just messing around, and went back to our swim sort of in the evening time, ready to cast back out.
Yes?
Is it in line with the green bush?
Ooh.
I'll leave that there.
Yeah, leave that there.
Back.
Oh, I got it on film as well. That was teamwork.
New record perch.
New record perch. So this is me and Noah's last night. Yeah, we got one more night. Well, he's going home tomorrow. I might try and do one more night, but we'll see what happens. Gonna fish same as we're doing, but I'm not gonna bother putting too many spoms out today because we put loads out yesterday. But we'll see what tonight brings. But it's been a good session. It's nice to just be with friends and have a laugh, but also catch a very decent fish. So yeah.
So we were out spomming and Noah had a little accident.
We're gonna see how much
And the final night, of course, called for a very special meal.
I'm unable to open it.
KFC, Noah.
I managed. Oh yeah. I believe that is.
So we woke up the next morning with no bites to talk about, which brought an end to our summer social session. But we both knew we'd be back very soon, hoping to do another long session before summer's end.
6, 7. Oh my god. It's 7 feet deep under that snag. Yeah.
So it got pretty busy for me after the session. I filmed 2 videos, the Estate Lake episode 2 and the Tobber 6, which are all available on my channel. But eventually we both found the time to get back down to Hightown, back on the exact same swim we were on last time.
Put both my rods down
Yeah.
here.
So we're back in peg 5 again, as per usual. Well, I mean, we've had loads out there, so I don't know why we'd do any different. But yeah, staying for 3 or 4 nights, me and Noah. Yeah, I'm just unloading the barrow now. I'm just getting everything that can't get wet in the swim and just out of the rain, really. trying to tuck it in the trees like that. But it's turning out to be quite difficult because the road is shut where we usually park for Peg 5, so we've had to drive round and have to do a bunch of trips with the barrow. But yeah, it's not too bad. I'll get back in touch when we get all this done, because it's going to be a good while yet. Yum. Oh. That's our little shelter. And the bivvy's over here. Well, putting this up, I got smacked by a storm pole, so I got a bit of a split lip. It's bleeding. It's quite bad, but we're all good now. But yeah, it's a nice little setup we got here. Got the water. Noah. Hi guys. We're gonna get everything in the bivvy now, and just chill, and then get the rods out.
TS was not carpy.
We then began prepping our rods and wrapping them up ready to cast out for the first night. We put some bait out onto the spots we were going to fish, and we were going to fish the exact same spots we fished last session when I had my 32. However, we didn't realise it now, but we had made one big mistake. So the mistake that I made was I decided to try and bulk up the bait mix by adding a load of pellet I had left over from when I went to Todber, and these were relatively small pellets. They were small trout pellets, which sort of brought in the silvers and the bream. So in addition, I present to you session number 3, session of the silvers. Every morning of this session, our bait would come in looking like this, and this was a clear sign that there was too many silvers in the area. And that's why I'm only doing a short montage for this session, otherwise it would just get very repetitive.
Is it a bream? Huh? You hooked a roach and then a pike ate the roach.
Did you get that all on camera?
Yeah. Bream. Oh, at least he didn't drop the lead. Noah, thumbs up or thumbs down so far for this session?
No rigs lost so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how you rate the success rate of a session though?
For me, yeah.
I mean, we've had 4 bream, so bit of lunch. I think we're going to wait for the wind to die down a little bit before we get our rods out, because we're just going to be going casting over there and just ending up over there. Oh.
So at this point we knew it was a lost cause, and we knew the roach and the bream would be sticking around for a little while, so we just sat back, relaxed, enjoyed the session, and hoped and prayed that a carp would eventually find our bait.
We're back. It's about that time again. Gonna wait for the beep, beep, or the doop, 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 doop. Oh, it's been a bit of a lazy day today. It's about 12. We're going to start getting our lives in order now. So the rods are out and Noah's just claimed that a robin landed on my left rod and beak, which is quite cool. We've had a visitor by Mr. Bream.
How does a bream get that massive hook bait?
Hey there.
That was so funny. They had like 3 kids in the back. It was like their whole family.
We tried everything from putting bigger hook baits on to putting less bait out, but for some reason we were just still getting pestered by the silverfish. So we decided to quit while we were ahead and pack up and come back another day. So in October we decided to pop down Shearwater Lake for a one-night session with Dad and Mark. That video's up on YouTube as well, so if you're going to go check that out then I recommend it because it was a pretty good session. But aside from that, we got back and we had a lot of bait left over, so we decided to go and do 2 nights down Hightown for Noah's birthday. So I got down fairly early to set up for when Noah arrived because he had college today. So he was going to come down in the evening, but this session we were both joined by our friend Harley in the swims just to the left of us. Well, I actually wasn't planning on putting this session in the video because this was purely going to be an experimental one. The plan was, just because we had a few nights down here, we were going to do a bit of an experiment fishing an area of the lake that we hadn't actually fished before. This part of the lake was more open water fishing, which have been doing well recently apparently to other anglers, so we decided we were going to give it a go. And it turns out I definitely need to brush up on my long distance casting.
Happy birthday from Happy birthday, superb chum. May you have a cracking birthday. Oh, what a day.
Mint. Oh, Glenn the fish signed it as well.
Doombar.
Nice. Happy birthday. It's Noah's birthday.
Happy birthday, toodle meedle deedle.
We spent a while rushing with daylight to try and get Noah's rods sorted, but we managed to sort them in time, just in time to order in a nice McDonald's.
You remembered.
Of course I bloody remembered.
On our swim it was a very uneventful night with nothing to talk about, but Harley, however, sent us this video about 3 o'clock in the morning. So obviously we weren't that thrilled to be hearing that there were bream in the area, especially not after what happened last session, but at least we knew there were fish feeding in this section of the water. So before Noah arrived earlier, I had a lot of time to kill and I was leading about, and I decided to try and test my casting ability and try and get as close to the island as I could. And I found this lovely gravel spot a very long way out towards the island. As my theory was, in this open water swim, most people would choose to fish in open water, but I believe that if you try and get to places where most anglers can't get to, then there would obviously be fish there. So in the early hours of the evening, I had this bream off my right rod, which was a bit disheartening as we thought it was going to be another repeat of last session. Just as we thought we were going to have another carpless session, this happened.
It's about 8:30 in the morning. Charlie's rod's just screamed off.
So yeah, my left rod has absolutely rattled off to the left, fishing towards the cove I saw on the island. We knew exactly what fish this was. It was definitely a carp, definitely not a bream because of the way it ran.
We're in.
So we knew we were finally into a carp after the bad luck spree of bream.
Mate, get in here right now, Harley. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll be... Really? There's the leader. Oh, he's a chunk. He's a chunk, Charlie. Oh, yes. Can you film Harley? Uh-oh, here we go. It's on your other line.
This morning bite came as such a surprise that I didn't even have time to get my waders on. As you can see, I'm in the water in my jeans.
It's normally what the big boys do.
I had a dream last night.
Yeah, I know, I literally just saw. Nah, that's not him. Yes, come on.
Right, you ready, Noah? Do the honours of slipping the net away. That is a big fish. Right. Ready? Yeah, quickly.
The fish weighed in at £34, which meant this was my third 30 from this water. This gave me a massive boost in confidence that there was in fact a 40 swimming around in this water, because the catch rate was probably about £32, because I'd had a 36, a 28, 32 and now a 34, so we definitely weren't doing too bad. I was very pleased about how this session went, as it gave me a newfound confidence that we could come down for sort of single nighters or two nighters and catch. And a few weeks later we were back doing the exact same thing. We're back at the campaign lake for... What session would this be, Noah? So this is our fourth session campaigning for the Hightown 40. Your barrow looks like a bloody fighter jet. So for this session, me and Noah were back on the public bank. We were trying to get on 9, which is the one we were on last time, after having the success with the £34 ghosty. But alas, there was someone in it, so we went to the swim to the left called Pipes. So we're fishing Pipes this session. Swim along peg 9, which is the one we wanted to get. We were in last time when I had the light mirror. Oh, no, it's just gone. Yeah, but that's taken. Swim 5's taken, so the favoured swims are gone. Never fished this swim before, but Harley was fishing it. I know there's a good few gravel spots out quite far, but yeah.
Did you just get me falling over on camera?
No, I just got you getting up.
Oh, I just can't,
Just getting all stuff in the swim. Things were looking up as we seemed to be discovering things about this lake, including this time of year it's obviously better to be round this side due to the catch rate, and the other side is better in summer. This is why we prefer to go on the public bank during this time of year. And we'd also learned that fish have patrol routes around the island, and the closer you are to the island, the better. As you can see here, we were very far away from the island, and getting close to that with our casting ability proved impossible. But we worked hard on finding some clear spots as far out as we could possibly go. So we were racing with the daylight to get our rods out onto our spots, and I just paid for the 3-rod pass, so I was pretty confident for tonight. I put my other rod on a spot that was fairly close in, but it felt like a really good spot, so I thought I'd give it a go. After the great race with the daylight, we'd completely forgotten to put up our bivvies, so we had to do it in the dark. I stuck my right rod in the margin because I didn't have time to find another spot, and it was getting very, very dark. Finally, we could sit back and relax knowing that our rods were out on the spots, but that didn't last long. Go on boy, no. Oh my god, we were just literally sat back. Oh, I've got to get my waders on it. No, it isn't. Just to keep the tension on him, mate. Unfortunately, it ended up being one of these pesky fellas. No, he's getting this re-sorted. After that absolute chunk of a bream. Tell you what, I know we all complain about bream, but when you have ones like that, it's pretty cool to see. On my left rod, fishing furthest out to the island at about 10:15, I received this very strange bite. There we go.
Both loving a bit of the bream this evening. How far out was that rod? Oh, that's a pain, isn't it? Any sign of him? Is he kited?
That's not bream.
Actually, genuinely, should I get the net? Mate, I ain't got my waders on. Yeah, boy.
It was safe to say that this fish wasn't much of a trophy, but then again, it was a fish nonetheless, and it meant they were out there feeding on our spots. On a carp. Healthy fish.
But it was just before 15.
About 15 on the dot.
15 on the dot, yeah.
I was in the middle of getting my rod ready to go back out when my middle rod started getting some action.
So Charlie can't even keep a rod in the water apparently. He was just in the process of doing his hook bait and his middle rod has absolutely melted off in his true Carp Castel fashion. How's it feeling? Well, that's what we like to hear, isn't it?
I could already tell this was a very decent fish, well, at least better than the one we had before.
I don't know, let's get him in. Yes, Charlie boy, you're hauling. You're bagging up tonight.
So by the looks of it, this was one of the Simo
second of the
stockies they
night.
put in not too long back.
Second in the space of 10 minutes. And he's a chunk as well. Mind my other line. Look at that, look at them shoulders. It's a Simo if I've ever seen one. Look at what? Nose? I thought you said nose in an accent.
This fish was a chunk, but didn't quite have the length to be a sort of 30. But one thing was for sure, I was having a very good night so far.
Oh. 21.
21.
Yeah, he felt dense. Oh, he's like 21 and a half. That was a chunk though.
Good job, mate.
He's not got the length on him, that's why he's not reaching.
This fish looked much bigger in the water, which is why me and Noah were a bit confused when the scales said 21. But believe it or not, this was our first Simo we'd had out of this venue. All the fish we'd had before had been originals. And off it went back into the murky depths. And who knows, maybe this one will be the one to end the campaign.
I've got a feeling, you know when you just get a feeling, that fish that you've just had is going to end the campaign.
Future 40.
Future 40, I've got the feeling.
Keep him going.
Keep it going. Patience and persistence.
So that last hour was crazy, having those two fish back to back, and I'd completely forgotten about getting my rods back out. So I worked on doing that and getting back out on the spot, hoping the fish hadn't moved off.
Oh yeah, why are you getting breamed on those nuts? There's another chunk of a bream. Wow.
Yeah. It seemed the carp had definitely moved off our spots because we didn't have any occurrences during the night apart from this one bream on Noah's rod. It was getting very late and stuff was finally starting to calm down, so we retreated to our bivvies.
Alright, now at the wrap sticks again, please.
After all that commotion, the fish had definitely moved off our spots, as we didn't get a single indication for the rest of the night. We decided that instead of piling a load of bait onto our spots, we'd feed them little and often, as I found this works much better than just piling a load of bait in. The day passed super quickly and it was time to get our rods back out to see if we could catch any more this evening.
Huh.
I think that's the bobbin slipping down the line, that's not...
Not long after, my left rod sprung into action, but straight from the get-go we could tell this bite was definitely from a bream. And sadly we were correct. The next morning arrived, accompanied by another quiet night. Before we knew it, it was time to pack up and go home. Very enjoyable session, not the biggest fish landed, but catching this time of year from such a difficult venue is always a good sign. This session was a very memorable one for me, as from this point forward we faced one of the harshest winters we've had in a while. A lot changed fishing wise over this winter. First of all, I introduced my good friend Archie from college to the Hightown campaign, and from then on we've been on more epic fishing adventures, and not just at Hightown, but that's a story for another time. Our first session was in very late autumn, early winter. We hopped into Peg 5 as this seemed to be the swim that produced the most fish, but this session turned out to be another classic example of how infested this lake is with bream. Before we knew it, 2026 rolled around, and it only felt right that me and Noah saw 2025 out on the bank. We'd spent a lot of time here and it sort of became a second home over 2025. Over the final couple months of winter, the rain just kept coming, and Hightown suffered severe flooding and damages, which certainly affected the fishing. We tried to do a couple of sessions, but nothing came of it. We tried all kinds of tactic changes, but still ended up catching nothing but bream. Getting down to our rods in the night was a challenge in itself, as we'd perched up on the footpath above the swim, as the actual area was almost completely underwater.
What?
The weather started to improve in sort of mid-May and the flooding finally began to go down, meaning me and Noah got down for a session just after they'd finished spawning.
There we go. I had to feather that one because that was
Things seemed to be in our favour for the start of the session. They should be hungry after spawning, the weather is right, the wind direction was pushing into our water. We went to sleep that night expecting to be woken up by a run, but instead got woken up by something that I've been dreading since the start of this campaign. We were woken up at around 9 AM by Keegan doing the bailiff rounds. The first thing he said was, "You boys had a productive night then?" We were both confused as we didn't have a bleep last night. We told him that this was the case, and he said he assumed we did as there was a smell of carp in the air. This was followed by Keegan saying that he saw something floating about 15 yards in front of our swim, coming towards us being carried by the wind. We then made a discovery that would make this quest a hell of a lot harder.
I am lost in a rainbow, no rainbow is gone. I am lost in a rainbow, no rainbow is gone.
It's a real shame, it really is. That's put a big dent in our campaign. I really thought this was going to be the fish to do it, but God, it really is. After such a devastating discovery, we'd lost a lot of motivation, but decided we would keep trying, but spirits were extremely low. But not all hope is lost. You might think that after finding out the fish we'd targeted died, we would give up on our quest for a 40, but judging by the average catch weight, I still strongly believe that there are more than one fish in this lake capable of doing 40 before the next spawn. We have something going for us that I've kept quiet about during the making of this film. Before spawning, another fish came out with a weight that trumps the previous target's biggest weight. A fish came out at 39.14, a fish that some of you may recognise if you watched my previous campaign.